Hi everybody, and welcome to our Maundy Thursday gathering. So who'd have thought a year on we'd still be doing our gathering virtually and we weren't all together in one place. But I don't think we lost anything last year. Jack's just said to me it was a practice run last year. So thanks very much for accepting my invitation for everybody to come together. And can I now invite you all to light a candle if you have one? On the Thursday of Holy Week, Maundy Thursday, we remember the events which took place the night before Jesus was killed on the cross. After the meal, Jesus knelt down and washed his disciples' feet. This was the work of a servant. Jesus gave his friends an example of how they were to serve and care for each other. On Maundy Thursday, in large communities all over the world, people wash each other's feet as a sign of our life together and our daily commitment to love and to serve one another. This started in Liverpool in 1981, 40 years ago this year. And Peter Brennan, Kenny and Colin were all involved in that first washing of the feet ceremony all those years ago. And we are proud that it's become the tradition throughout the Federation. This year, once again, we're holding our Maundy Thursday in a different way, virtually using technology to bring us together. And we'll wash our hands instead and have a silent time of prayer. So the order of today's gathering will be a gospel reading by Julia, symbolic washing of our hands, bidding prayers from the localities, a time for open prayer, and a time for silent prayer, followed by us offering the sign of peace. So if you are all ready, we'll go to Julia in the harbour for the Bible reading.
So Jesus' last meal with his disciples before his death was like the Passover. After the meal, he washed his disciples' feet. Listen to the story about the washing of the feet from the Gospel of St. John. Just before the Passover feast, Jesus knew that the time had come to leave this world and go back to God, his Father. It was supper time. Showing how much he loved his friends, Jesus got up from the table. He took off his outer robe and he picked up a towel. And he poured water into a basin and began to wash the feet of his companions, drying them with the towel. When he got to Simon Peter, Peter said, "Jesus, Master, you can't wash my feet." Jesus answered, "You don't understand now what I'm doing, but later you will understand." Peter still objected, "I'm never going to wash my feet." Jesus said, "If I don't wash you, you can't be part of my life." So Peter said, "Then don't just wash my feet. Wash my hands and my head too." Jesus replied, "You only need your feet washed now, and you'll be clean all over. I'm concerned about holiness, not hygiene. Now you're clean." When Jesus had finished washing their feet, He put his robe back on and went back to his place at the table. He said, "Do you understand what I've done to you? You call me master and teacher, and that's okay. It's what I am. So if I've washed your feet, you must now do the same and wash one another's feet. If you understand what I'm telling you, act like it. Be servants, even when you're leaders, and you will be blessed." This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Thank you, Julia. That was really well done. Okay, so now we are ready to wash our hands. Now, don't worry how you do this, given the difficult circumstances that we're in. We all have to improvise. So you may be alone and you can wash your own hands. If you share a house with people, then you can get involved in the ceremony whilst maintaining social distance. Whatever works for you will be fine. It's the coming together and the taking part that is important. So we will now go to Stacey and Kath, who will be washing their hands. And when they've finished, they will invite you to join in your own ceremony. Okay, so now we have all washed our hands, it's time for the bidding prayers. And the response is, Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. And first of all, we're going to Colebrook Road.
We pray for peace in our troubled world. May all victims of war and national disasters know that we are reaching out to them. May they feel the warmth of God's love and find a safe place to rest until they are able to start a new life with dignity, equality and respect. Lord, in your mercy.
Okay, so Peter, we pray for large communities.
Pray for large communities
around the world.
Around the world.
Bless them as today will be different.
Oh, bless them
as today
will
be different.
Will be different
again for us all. Maundy Thursday unites us together. As we usually wash.
We wash
each other's feet and hands. Bless all our members. Who are having difficulty today. Lord, in your mercy.
Lord, in your mercy.
Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer. Yes, you can say. Hi.
I'm worried about coming out of the shooting. Yes, Jesus hope. In the darkness, in the light. Lord, your mercy.
Lots of people help us to understand the treasures of diversity. Give us the spirit of bravery to challenge inequality and justice. Guide our will to recognize the beauty in each other. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.
We pray for all of us in our community, especially all members who have not been to the Earth Day service this year. Give us hope that we will see each other soon in our daily life. Bless us and help us to love one another, Lord, in your mercy.
We pray for all key worker staff, our NHS staff who have worked so hard during the past year, risking their lives to save others. Lord, give them strength and time to heal. We pray for all the scientists working on COVID vaccinations. Lord, give them wisdom and courage to continue their essential work. Lord, in your mercy. Yeah. I think they hold up.
Lord, we thank you for the fellowship and care of the world as we remember the last test your disciples. May our community be an example of love and service to each other. Lord, in your mercy.
So now it's time for open prayers. So if you have a prayer that you would like to say or someone you would like to pray for, please please put up your hand and we will come to you. But first of all, can I ask you all to hold Linda from Fountain Court in your prayers? Linda was taken into hospital last night with a suspected PIA, mini stroke, and they're keeping her in for observation. So we'll let you know how it's going. Please keep her in your prayers. And if you would like to openly pray, please raise your hand and we'll come to you.
Who would you like to pray for?
My cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
And what's happening to your cousin?
She having an operation on the hip.
Yeah. So we pray for your cousin.
President.
Lord, in your mercy.
God, mercy.
Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
I would just like to say a prayer for my mum, who passed away this like many years ago. And I will say to Maundy and who's just lost his brother. I think it's like last night, just once before. So, Maundy, I'm thinking about you, and God bless your brother's soul. Amen.
I want to pray for Margie, the staff, because their brother died last night. The other day. So I want to pray for Margie. I want to pray there. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.
I want to pray for everyone in the communities, our friends and family who can't be with us this year, and especially my community in Cambridge and the one up in Yorkshire. Please, Lord, strengthen them all and give them the joys and blessings of Easter. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.
Funeral I went to after the Roman Mars, and I'll probably say this prayer on the evening session. I'll later.
I'd like to pray for the people that looked after me when I popped into hospital last week, and I'd like to pray for the nurse who's giving me a vaccination tomorrow, my second one. So it looks like I'll be well. Lord, in your mercy. Hear our prayer. Oh, not only that.
Okay, thank you for that. So can we now take a minute to pray in silence? So let us now offer each other the sign of peace, either using the Makaton sign for peace or the Indian Namaste. So as we've now come to the end of our gathering, I would like to reflect on our journey over the last 12 months. And what a journey it has been. These are unprecedented times, and there's been no blueprint as to how to get through them. There was no time for planning. We were in at the deep end from the start and had to find a way to stay afloat. The world locked down and everything changed overnight, taking away from us the essence of who we are. We are a community built on friendships and relationships, with gatherings, parties, and celebrations happening all of the time. This all stopped, but what did we replace it with? On reflection, there are many ways that we've managed to stay in touch. We've remained close as a community with our virtual broadcasts and activities, and we've found ways to celebrate and to grieve together. We have said goodbye to Tommy from Green Lane, Jane from the Harbour, and Herbert from St John's. And we've welcomed Lauren to St Sebastian's and Catherine to Fountain Court. Throughout everything, we have remained strong, and I feel that in some ways we've become closer as a community. The virtual activities have given people the opportunities to make new friends with those who they would not usually engage with. And I believe that when we come out of this lockdown, we will see friendships blossoming throughout the community. On a personal note, throughout this pandemic, I've needed our community more than I have ever thought I would. In fact, I don't know what I would have done without it. I've struggled with the lockdown. I've had a lot of caring responsibilities in my personal life with my mum and an older friend. I've had a lot of stress and anxiety, but being in work has kept me grounded. And the support I've had from Joy and Stacey has been tremendous. This past year has made me realise how much I need people, friendships and relationships give me life, and I couldn't be in a better place than L'Arche, Liverpool. I get more from L'Arche than I could ever give, and it's a privilege to be part of this lovely community. Happy Easter to everybody, and thank you.